So, what is the difference between manual and automation? So, manual testing involves human testers interacting directly with a software application to identify issues. It's like just checking some user interface. The developers will make an interface and they will say that go and check. So we can give inputs from our side manually and check whether the desired output is coming or not. So this is okay for smaller cases, but what if we have to check a large number of scenarios? In that case, automation will work fine. Like automation testing uses scripts and tools to execute tests, offering efficiency and consistency. Well, it is sure that whenever we do things manually, then chances of error are so much, like some even comma or mistake happen, then whole thing will be done in that thing is curated in our automation testing. This is simple comparison of manual and automation. Manual, the strengths of manual testing is usability, exploratory and flexibility. As we say that in manual we don't need to set a certain criteria that only this should happen. We can check manually things in different way also, but weaknesses is that if we have to check a large number of test cases, then it is too much time consuming. Now let's go to our types of automation testing. So there are basically three types of automation testing: unit, integration, and end-to-end. So first is unit testing. Unit testing is nothing but the simplest or smallest part of software application. That is unit testing. Like when we do login to some website, so we need to give any email or phone number. So what will happen if someone is not providing phone number? They are giving some ABCD something. From tester side, he has to check whether phone number is given or not. So he will check that whether the provided input is of 10 digits or not, or the +91 +92 whatever comes for the country code, that should be or not. So that smallest part is called a unit test. Similarly, for giving emails, he has to check whether that value is separated by the @ mark or not. These are all unit tests. And combination of two or more small units can be known as components also. Like on the login page, we have login button, email, and password. So these three parts can be known as one component. Second is integration testing. Integration testing validates the interactions and data exchange between different modules or components. A larger version of unit testing that you can integrate two or more components to test whether they are working uh, in parallel or not, or simultaneously. Like after registration only you can do the login part. So for registration you have a different component. There you will give name, age, address, and mobile number and password. So that will be for the registration component. Now in the next there you have to log in again. So for login you have to give just the user ID and password. So while testing these two units in one go, we can call it as integration testing. And the third is end-to-end testing. End-to-end testing is nothing but a whole scenario, like it verifies software products functionality from the user's perspective. Like if we are the user, it's the website should be working properly from our side. So it is like a starting from login to our everything else which we do on the website. Like if it is a commercial website, it should be able to log in there, then it should be able to search for the item you want to purchase, then click on the item, select for go to cart. From cart you need to give details, payment details, and then it should be like order confirmed also. So all this from starting to end, it should come under end-to-end testing. And sometimes what happens that this is too much troublesome and tricky, so people divide these parts in integration testing, and it depends upon the testers that what kind of testing they want to use, end-to-end or the integration one. So there are many tools available for automation testing. You might have heard about Selenium, Appium, Catalan Studio, etc. So Selenium is currently very much popular because you can use it on the web browser also. And the automation tool on which I work is that UFT1. So in our project, we work on UFT1, and it is working for automation testing on like different applications like MS, Excel, the SAP window also, like that. So for hands-on experience, you guys can work on Selenium. Like it is very easy. You need to just record and check how the automation thing works. And UFT1, it was formerly known as it was a part of the HP UFT1. Now it is a part of OpenText company. So currently they are working on AI tools and for example, if you have a web browser, their AI functionality also is helping to identify those things. Like if you want to check on some buttons, you need to click on the buttons. It is helping very easily, and they have different kinds of uh, tools to identify UI Pro and all. So for UFT testing, you need to get license, and for Selenium, I think you can do the hands-on on the browser itself. This was part of our PPT. Let's go to some. So like this is the website for our open text functional testing. So as it says, it is an AI powered functional testing tool. So accelerates test automation across desktop, web, mobile, mainframe, composite, and packaged enterprise. So as I said, that end-to-end testing, it helps from testing from starting to ending, and it should be like error-free. So centralize and automate functional and regression testing across all layers of enterprise architectures. So UFT can be used for all your major purposes of Excel and all, and AI powered intelligence also. They are working on artificial intelligence identification. Like in this web page only, there are so many buttons. So sometimes what happens that the tool cannot identify which button is working and which is some text field. So these companies are working very rigorously to like it should be working fast. It is increasing test coverage also, both front end and functionality and back end service parts also, and cross browser coverage. UFT works on Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and others also. So why open text functional testing? Because AI powered test automation, broad technology support, parallel testing. Using AI, it can enhance the test automation with AI, simplify test creation, execution, and maintenance, reduce effort with AI based object recognition, and natural language scripting. And yeah, in technology support, it can access 200 plus GUI and API technologies. So yeah, reusable actions. Share the use of previous actions and across multiple tests promote collaboration, ensuring consistency and efficiency. So, like I have done UFT testing like for 4 years or more. So currently it is like too much reliable, and in our project it helps a lot. Right now they are using some AI identification thing to make it more reliable. And yeah, now you have to this how to buy thing. So currently you guys can work on this one, Selenium IDE. They are giving this Chrome download. You can use it in your laptop. Download this extension, and there you can try this. That you have to click on the record button, and after that you can perform some things like go to some website and click on the link, give some details like go to your amazon.com, give some product name, then click on the product image, and then stop the recording. Then you will see on the IDE automatically some these uh, lines of codes will appear like open, click, type, send keys, and accept. So these are basically identifying from the recording of what you are doing on the web. So like this here, he opened that browser and link, clicked on the link, and here he typed the username and password. Then send key enter, and these are all the target values. So currently I cannot use the hands-on because it's not the laptop. So you guys can try it out. Selenium is easy to use currently. So yeah, this way you can do the automation testing. Any questions you guys have? You guys have any questions? You can ask. There is one more aspect of automation testing. Like currently, after this Chat GPT launch, People are using chat GPT codes in our project. So what will happen that you should not try copying everything from chat GPT. If you are trying to automate things for a large test case, you may need to type some thousand lines of codes. So what will happen when you are giving those repetitive codes, you can put things from chat GPT, but when you need to work on from different perspective, you need to get on this UFT and Selenium thing. So you have to use AI tools responsibly. Like if you will not use someone else's use, so you should be working with new tools also. But it should be responsible use. Don't be over reliable on the AI things. You guys have any questions?
Sir, there is a one question from student Ashok Chavan. Sir, is there any scenario where AI is implemented on automation? Check in the chat box, sir. He has stopped and question.
Okay, okay. So yeah, we can use AI in automation. So what will happen that whenever you are trying to use AI, like in our case, that sometimes the tool provided by UIA Pro is not working. They have started to launch some new tool called AI identification. So using that, they have just to hover over the icon and it will able to identify that it is some button or text field or not. So it will just click on that button and drag and drop and just click on that. So for simple things, AI can be used, but if you want to create some layered version of tasks and difficulties, for that you need to use your own brain. We still have enough time in the call, so if anyone wants to do hands-on, they can share their screen and open the Selenium ID we can have out. So what are the best tools for automation and testing? Best tools are like nowadays these are all are very much popular. Selenium, UFT. It depends on what your company prefers. Deal with some certain company, they will provide that software only. You have to work on that only. But Selenium is like top of the top. You should get certifications also on the Selenium. It will be helpful. Yeah. How we evaluate the effectiveness of the test. So if you want to evaluate the effectiveness of the test, it will depend upon how you design your document. Like if the design document says that a certain tests need to provide certain outputs. Like if you want to click on some link, the link should appear properly, and then you have to provide some inputs there. Maybe you need to get some output from that. It should appear like in that fashion only. So if you are automating that test, so that should follow all these steps on that link, and that output should appear. So what happens that sometimes you can validate those things by uh, verifying using screenshots or the kind of tests that we needed some kind of window to appear. The window is appearing, and hence the test is passed. So in the test case only, it will appear as reporter event pass. So if that certain test case is not passing, like you wanted to generate some kind of pop-up on the link and it's not appearing. So by your logic only, if that pop-up is not coming, then it will fail. So yeah, that way you can evaluate your effectiveness of the test. How much time to learn automation testing? It depends. Like it will hardly take you 1 month. You will be a master in automation testing. It's not rocket science. It's like simple. If you know Java or VB script, it's simple like that only. You need to give some if-else statements and some. You need to just learn how to identify the objects on the screen. Like if you have to work on browser, then the tool which you are using will identify those buttons using your identification tool or this automation tool, and then you have to write the code for that button to button dot click. Then if that pop-up appears, then pass. If not, then fail. So hardly 1 month is enough for getting learning automation testing.